Now we have taken one question for NEET and JEE that the wire loop has been given to us, that is PQRSP, formed by a line joining the semicircular wires of the radii R1 and R2, carries a current I as shown in figure. Find the magnitude and the direction of the magnetic field at the center. Fine. Now you know that there are how many parts are there on which due to this magnetic field intensity is applied on this O point. One is SR, this line segment, fine. Another is this QR, and third one is arc 1, and fourth one is arc 2. Now the magnetic field intensity due to SR and QP is 0. Why? Because this line segment, or you can say this segment or this straight line, passes from O point only, fine. You can see that how this becomes 0. Magnetic field due to SR and QP is 0. You can see that, you know, the Biot-Savart law that says that mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sin theta upon r square is a magnetic field due to this line element IDL, and theta is an angle between IDL and r. Now suppose if this P point is shifted on this line, suppose P point lies here, fine, or here suppose, fine. When P point lies here, what is an angle between IDL and r? It becomes 0 degree. And if theta becomes 0, what do you say about the magnetic field? 0. So you can say that the magnetic field at O due to each of the straight part, that is SR and QP, is 0, because these are passing from the same point where the intensity is to be found. So here the magnetic field is only due to arc 1 and arc 2 with the radius R1 and R2. Now you know this formula. So if total magnetic field due to some arc, that is an angle here, you can see that arc first. Now you can see that suppose I take this arc and this point is O, fine. So this arc makes an angle at the center is what? Total is 180 degree, which is pi radian. And you know the formula that B theta is equal to what? Mu naught I upon 4 theta into 4 pi r. Mu naught I theta upon 4 pi r, where theta is an angle in radian, fine. Now here you can see that for arc which with the radius r1, so what would be the magnetic field due to arc 1? That is mu naught I1, it is I here, so mu naught I theta is what? Pi upon 4 pi r1. So this becomes ultimately mu naught I upon 4 r1. Okay, so for r2, suppose this is point O and this is the radius r2, again the here this arc makes an angle here 180 degree, fine. 180 degree means pi radian. So ultimately B due to arc 2 would be what? Again mu naught I, angle is made is pi here, this is 4 pi r2. You can see that pi again goes away, so this becomes mu naught I upon 4 pi r2. Now mu naught I upon 4 r2. Now you can see that the direction is very important. You can see that for the first arc, the direction of the current is in the anti-clockwise direction. So when the current is in the anti-clockwise direction, the thumb lies in the upward direction, so the magnetic field is in the upward direction. So here the magnetic field is in the upward direction. Now for arc 2, you know that the current is in the clockwise direction, so thumb goes down, so magnetic field is in the downward direction and perpendicular to the plane of paper. And you know that here R1 is less than R2, so ultimately B1 is greater than B2. So the B resultant would be what? B resultant would be equal to B1 minus B2. So ultimately this result comes out to be mu naught I upon 4, 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. And you know that the resultant magnetic field would be in the direction of the higher magnitude, and higher magnitude is P1, so it would be in the upward direction. I hope you understand this, fine. So magnetic field alpha, see you can see that the formula used is B theta, or you can write B alpha mu naught I alpha upon 4 pi r. Alpha is an angle which is in radian. So for the first arc it is pi, for the second arc this is also pi. So here the direction is upward, direction is downward. But since R1 is less than R2, we know that B1 is greater than B2, fine. So resultant magnetic field would be in B is equal to mu naught I upon 4 into bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. I hope you understand.